Hey everybody, so we are about to go live. Just so you know, you should be...
Are we periscoping while live streaming?
Yes, see?
Dude,
we are actually live streaming right now. This is our view as we live stream. As you can see, there is views of us. You can actually see yourself on the screen right now.
It's a water bottle in my hand. It's nothing else. Don't worry.
Also see the comments. The comments you make will show up there, and we'll be able to read them live. So obviously, forget about the after show. Forget about the Talking Dead. Come join us. Make sure you're following at Dirtyshore UG on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. We'll send out links to the live stream. In fact, the links are out now. So if you go to Twitter, you'll be able to find the link to the live stream and join us. Become part of the conversation. Join the show. We're going to touch on everything from the episode today. We'll talk about episode last week and the entire series. So you want to come check that out now. But Dirtyshore Underground's review of episode 10, season 6 of The Walking Dead starts right now.
Hey, what's that actual episode name? I'm just wondering if you already knew. That's the first, because you always know the episode name.
I look it up before I post it.
I think you look it up right before you get here, but because you've been coming over and watching here, it's spurring up a little bit. I enjoy that a little bit just for the people watching this at the moment. I'm ready whenever you're ready, sir.
And get sending out the links.
Yeah, remind me of that.
Yep.
Rob Chica's live. 10 new interactions on YouTube.
Nice.
Or not YouTube.
Twitter?
Yes, that one. See how much attention I pay to
social media?
that one anyway. I get on Facebook and I check a couple things out. And then I go to the SUG page and I repost the shit for the episodes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I forget all about Twitter.
Shit.
I guess that's why Twitter is like $3 million in the hole at the end of the year.
No, it's because it's a high overhead.
They should fire like everybody except for one person. No, they shouldn't, because then everyone just won't work with it. Hit record.
You go ahead. Get my clock up. Alright. Not recording yet. Oh shit, yeah, it is.
You see? Damn it, I was right that time.
Alright, here we go. Ready?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to bonus episode 10 with the spoilers.
Alright, so make sure you check out DirtyshoreUnderground.com. New episodes of the podcast every Thursday. Bonus episodes every Monday or Tuesday. Obviously, we are streaming live through YouTube. Check out youtube.com/c/DirtyShoreUG-OTA. Make sure you make comments in the section below the video. Those will pop up. You can join the podcast. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know any questions that you have. Join us as part of this. You can become part of the podcast. Make sure you're following at DirtyShoreUG on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, so you get the latest updates and you get links to all the live streams of all the podcasts. And DirtyShoreUnderground.com, like I said, you're going to find all your information that you need is all available right there. So before we jump into it, though, as always, we are going to be reviewing Dirtyshore, The Walking Dead, Season 6, Episode 10. We'll be talking about Episode 9. We'll be talking about Episodes 1 through 8, and every episode up to there. Might talk about the comics, might talk about the video games, might talk about Fear the Walking Dead. We always talk about everything. So if you haven't seen any of it, if you don't know about any of those stuff, stop right now. Go watch the episode. Come on back. Because that's we're going to spoil a lot for you. So that's your spoiler alert. It's the one and only one you're going to get all the way through. So, that being said, what did you think about episode 10?
It was great. You know what the funny thing is? I don't remember Father Gabriel showing up in prior books.
So this is the first one that he's in?
As far as I remember, I mean, my other two books are in Tony's possession.
Right.
I mean, and that goes back, that's something we probably should have talked back in the last episode, but...
So they're changing the comics to match the show a little bit?
It's a little out of order, but it's following what I was saying in the first half of the season.
Yeah.
So I think if it goes my way, Maggie will be single at the end of the season.
We'll see. So we did take a bet during the show about who would die first, and you think Glenn's going to die first. I think Daryl's going to die first. As much as I think that's not the case, I don't think they'll kill Daryl. They shouldn't kill Daryl. I think they probably will. So, Flash, friend of the show, Flash is in the chat room.
Hey,
Flash. So that's Tamara, who says, "What the actual fuck is wrong with Rick?" Yeah, we'll get to that as we get along here a little bit.
Has she read the comics?
No, I don't think so. But so if you want to be like Flash, make sure you're going on YouTube and checking out the live stream and comment in the comment box, and you can get a shout out on the show and be part of the show. So first thing I want to get to though is the time jump, because we did disagree about this from the beginning. How far do you think they've clearly moved forward some?
You're saying 2 weeks. I'm saying at least a month.
So because the last thing we saw at the end of episode 9 was everybody taking shots at theoretically it's zombies.
And I'm going back to season 2 on this.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Yeah, but I mean,
He's going to be in bed for at least a month.
It was a glancing blow. That's the only thing that has... Okay, so...
She's read the comics.
Flash has apparently read the comics, so...
So she is at least compendium free.
Alright, so you're going to send me the comics with cookies. I also always enjoy that. If anybody wants to send me anything, make sure you're checking out robertncheek.com and at robertncheek on all your social networks. I accept all gifts.
Hey. Before we finish, can I just peel a random page and read it?
No, absolutely not. No spoilers for me. We'll spoil everything for you guys. I just don't want to get spoiled myself.
Not just one page.
Don't. Come on, stop. So, you think that at least a month has passed.
Rick just got shot.
So you think that at least a month has passed.
Yeah,
why do you think so much time? Just because of the wound?
Because he was back up and moving.
Okay.
It was a face wound.
Yeah.
And when that was at least 2 weeks.
Right, but this is a glancing blow. The bullet just came past, took out his eye.
That was his eyeball. It wasn't glancing.
No, because if it penetrates in, he's dead. It came across and took out the eye and the side of the face.
Always necessarily.
All right, so you think it's a month? Anything other than that?
It could have just said.
No, because the bullet was coming. A magic bullet, like the one that shot JFK.
Yep, it's going to be a magic bullet, and hit him in the eye. He's never going to see out of this eye again.
Yeah.
But he's going to become some kind of badass.
If we have any physics people, can you please do the math on that, on how he got shot in the eye from the angle at which he was standing? I'd love to see that.
It was too much blood for him to hit directly in the eye.
Well, no, because I think that it came past the nose and took out the eye and the side of the orbital bone and came like across his face.
I wish I had the other two compendiums because in the comics it was directly.
Yeah, but that's easy to do in the comics.
Governor
there's no science. There's no science to back that up, though. You take a round in the head, you're going down.
Science for a TV show.
Anyway, so is the only
Flash? Can you do?
No cookies for that.
You can't do fish. Send him a picture of the comic book where.
She's gonna send me the whole thing, and I'm gonna read them, and that would be great.
No,
and then I can get it back to her the next time she comes down, and she can be on the show.
I tried to give you the first 2 books. The last.
Yeah, but then Tony has them. I wanted to finish where they were up to in the books before I even started. So anyway,
go to the Centerville Library next week, and then
I owe them money, so I can't take it out. Are you relying on anything else for your month? Just the fact that he's up and around?
I'm just gonna assume it's a month. You're saying in about 2 weeks. I'm saying.
No, I'm just saying it's less than a month.
But I don't think we're gonna get a righteous answer anyway on that one. I think the one we're gonna be relying on is the one we made the bet on for $1.
Right. Well, honestly, I think it's less than that because the bodies are all cleaned up, so it obviously took a little time. What?
You don't see the mouse?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Nope, we're good then.
Obviously they clean the bodies up. That takes a little time. Carl is healed, so that takes a little time. Everybody seems to be over the adventure, but it can't be that long because Deanna's son has been looking for her since that night. So obviously I can't say that it has been a whole month because it took him a month to find her, and Carl finds her on the first try. No, that's bullshit. A couple of weeks at most. That's what I'm saying. So.
Nobody knows that.
What's that?
Nobody
No.
knows.
Well, there's no way to say it.
Yeah, because they'll probably
there's
never
no
announce that.
Yeah. It's not like they're going to say 3 weeks later. They say no. You know what, Flash? So Flash says it's also a show about zombies, totally scientifically accurate. I think that they have done the best that they can to stay within the physical universe of if zombies did come, what would happen. And I think they've been really accurate as far as that's concerned. So I think Kirkman takes a lot of pride in making that not too out there. He follows the simple rules of zombies, which is destroying the brain. You know, piercing the brain is enough to stop it,
Kind
which
of
I don't
like,
think would stop.
like the meme going around right now where they could reanimate the brain. And then
Yeah.
I don't mean it says
That's
how you make
Archer. Yeah, the Archer meme where he's like, "Do you want zombies? Because that's how you get zombies."
Who in this podcast survives the zombie apocalypse in the first week?
Me and me alone.
You're full of shit. You ain't the only person surviving.
Absolutely.
There is only one person. This is not a group that's not going to survive. Outside of babies.
Well, you, because you're going to be tied down with a woman and
Bullshit.
family and shit, and I'm running.
I've already told her. Zombie apocalypse, she's on. What happens? I'm shooting every goddamn body. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry.
Right, so,
if you have nothing to provide in the zombie apocalypse, I will put a bullet in your fucking head.
you've heard it here first, folks. Homicide by Kenny.
And the zombie apocalypse, there's no such thing.
So let's talk about the truck. What do you think? How did the truck get there full of stuff? Did they? I mean, I guess did Rick and Daryl steal the truck from somebody? Was somebody hiding it there?
I think they stole it from Jesus or Jesus. Or
Yeah, but they found Hey Jesus way far away from that place.
Now we're on Hey Jesus.
Hey Jesus.
Is that word?
Jesus. So I mean, do you think that somebody was storing it there and then didn't come back for it, or did they take it from Negan? Did they take it from the Wolves? What's the story there?
I think it's part of Negan's group. I think at this point, I don't think we'll see any more of the Wolves, to be honest with you.
That was just a motivator for the little bit of last season? Okay.
I feel like that was like some fluff, like a porn movie.
To get us to Negan?
Yeah, because like I said in the first half of the season, I don't think we're going to see Negan until the very last episode.
I think that would be a waste.
We're going to see Negan at the very last episode, and he's going to spill somebody's brains all over a certain sidewalk, which I've also already mentioned.
Maybe not. Because, again, they're not following the comics. They can't follow the comics.
They are following the comics.
Okay.
It's not
Did
100% accurate.
Did Rick have sex with Michonne on a couch in Alexandria in the comics?
He had sex with her before Alexandria.
Okay, so they're not following the comics.
Still happened, just in a different area.
And how is what's the blonde bitch's name?
The girl that you're sad that's gone?
The one that went to the governor.
He had sex with her too, I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember. But so did Dale. Because in the
none of this shit happened.
But in the comics, her and Dale are still alive.
Right.
But it still follows the comics close enough.
It's just following the line. People have died who didn't die in the comics. We have characters who don't exist in the comics. They're rewriting the storylines.
It follows closely enough that I bet I could open this book and spoil.
Maybe you could.
Next season
I would really not like you to do that. So, so what it comes down to though is that we have no idea. You can't predict based on the comics whether or not something's going to happen. Seriously, don't. It'll be the last show that we have, or the last time I'm watching the show here. Anyway, so can we focus though? Seriously,
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm just looking.
You don't think that the truck was Negan's people and they were stealing the truck from Negan's people?
No, shooting. Okay, I'm gonna put it down because otherwise I'm gonna start talking about it.
Okay, the truck.
I just sent a whole bunch of
the truck
on one page.
Focus on the truck. Where did the truck come from?
I think that was the left behind for the Wolves.
That the wolves put it there?
I think it was their left behind, and I think the guy that was inside of Alexandria was the last one left.
That there were no more wolves at all, except for the ones
I don't
that
think
Rick.
there's any more left.
That Rick fucking machine gun through the RV.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think the one guy who they were calling the head wolf or whatever at the end of the last episode.
When everybody was following or whatever, yeah.
The one that fuck was his name?
Morgan.
Yeah. Supposedly let go into the last episode, end of the last episode or somewhere. And it looked like he.
Yeah.
The way they did it made it look like at the end of it.
Yeah. All right, so, and without spoiling future shows, which is what I'm fine with spoiling stuff that's out there, but I don't want to spoil stuff for the future.
Which means you don't want to spoil it for yourself.
I don't want to spoil it for myself. Because I like the show. I want to follow along with it. I don't understand people who go out looking for, there are people who go to Georgia and then they like sit up in trees and try to see them shooting and try to figure out what they're doing. Why would you do that? Just sit and enjoy the fucking thing. Don't worry about spoilers. Don't try to spoil it for yourself. Just go and enjoy it.
I was going to say like me, but I'm not going to go to Georgia and sniff a tree.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
if it shows up online, I'm gonna read about it because I'm still gonna enjoy it, even if it's a spoiler. Just like
I like the reveal, I like the reaction, and I think that it's good to experience something in a group with everyone in the country.
It's like the 6 weeks going into Deadpool.
Yeah,
I had to bite my tongue because you kept threatening to kill me, and then I sent you the picture from the movie theater, and you're like,
oh, "Don't fucking spoil it."
Don't
fucking spoil it.
Fucking hate you. You got the early showing.
Well, no, because
kill you.
Again, like the thing is, though, it's just
you were working.
It's just you enjoy the thing. It's a cultural experience, and movies are weird because people see. I mean, not to get on Deadpool, but it did 60 million this weekend after the 135 last weekend, the 230, but 230 worldwide
altogether. Yeah.
But it did 60 again in the U.S.
Which is amazing.
Fucking great, and it's good, but. So that people see on different scales, but with The Walking Dead, people sit and watch. Either they're watching it tonight or they're going to watch it tomorrow. So it's a cultural phenomenon that people are watching together.
And we're still going to be Chris Harbor somehow.
So without, because I think you probably know a little bit about Jesus. What are your thoughts on Jesus from the show?
Actually, I don't know. He doesn't show up until here.
Right, so you haven't read these yet.
And this technically takes place at the end of this, after the end of this season.
So they're using a TV show
they're
to
jumping
jump
back
between
and forth
the two.
at this moment.
All right,
and
so
I think that's how the rest of the season is going to play out.
But, so what are your thoughts about the character that we just saw, Jesus?
He's a good guy.
You think?
I already know that.
Because he doesn't kill people?
I know that because Brandon's...
Okay, but besides that...
Brandon is...
Okay, can we try to base it only on the show? Forget about that. Forget about all that stuff.
It's too late for that because I got to compare the two of them.
Okay.
That's because that's how I am.
Yeah.
And I know you don't want me to do that because then that's kind of...
Well, no, because I mean, we're talking about the show. Yeah. So, but based on what we just saw...
He's still going to be a good guy.
Okay.
And this is also why in the first half of the season... people knew Glenn weren't dead because instantly there were pictures online with him and the guy that played Jesus.
Yeah.
Or Jesus, or however you want to say it.
It's Jesus, yeah.
We don't know that.
He's not Hispanic. He said Jesus. People call me Jesus. He has another name. I think his name is Roger. If anybody who's watching knows what Jesus' real name is, I know he said it. What is his real name? I've been calling him Jesus the whole time. But if you know, please make a comment so we can get corrected on that.
I don't know. That'd make me feel bad if
people called him Jesus because he looks like Jesus. That's why.
Jesus was black.
Alright, so anyway. So based on the character we saw on the show, though, what are your thoughts about him? Good guy, because he doesn't kill people.
He's going to be a good guy.
And he apparently knows karate, or some sort of jujitsu and kung fu.
I feel like he knows, y'all didn't think I could do this shit. I'm going to try to get away, and then we're going to become friends.
I do like they leave him tied up, and then he gets on the roof of the fucking van before they can pull away, and he's like riding on the roof. And Daryl, I never know what to think about Daryl because every time I think that he's like a really good stand-up guy, he does shit like leaning out the window like, fuck you, asshole. like,
Or like the rocket launcher last week.
Well, that was good. I enjoyed that, every bit of that, so I don't think that's a bad thing at
Well,
all.
that's something you've been waiting for the entire season. As soon as you seen the RPG, that's all
Use the fucking
you
RPG.
wanted was that
You
fucking
got one, use it.
scene.
Yeah. So Jesus gets on top of the van. Here's my question: Paul Monroe. His name was Paul. But they called him Jesus. See, so he's super white. Just like everyone trying to steal Jesus' identity and make him white. Paul Monroe, also Jesus, also white. So there you go. But anyway, so my question is, why the fuck for that? He was just setting it up to get rolled in the fucking lake.
He ran a zombie over.
No, he didn't. He didn't run anybody over.
We'll see
He
it in 3
pulled
episodes.
up and stopped and backed, and
3
then
episodes later, we'll see it in a flashback.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. That's how this season's been.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I just think that it was a bridge too far. I mean, I get the whole thing. It's the hope and the squashed hope and getting Tara the soda and then not being able to get the soda and all that. So I get all that stuff. But if I had one criticism about this episode, it's that fucking thing. Why would he back the truck up in that position? Why? Why get out of the truck to begin with? But
I still want to know how he made it out of the fucking RV.
Well, because he shot everybody.
But
I guess we didn't
there
have
could have
to see
been
that.
one
Yeah.
that ducked it.
Well, yeah, I guess
I
we
want to
didn't
see a
anybody.
flashback. I want to see the people fall just for confirmation. I don't need to see
Maybe.
the bullets come through them. I just want to hear the shots and then go.
But they do. They show that. He fires through the thing and everybody slumps down on the outside of the RV. Yeah, we see it in the rearview mirror. I'm telling you. Go back and watch it. You can see it in the side view mirror.
I got
Yeah.
shit to do later now.
All right, so
Another $1.
what's that?
If I don't see it in the river,
No, come on now.
Damn.
So we meet Jesus. He's kind of a dick. He steals a truck. I enjoy that somehow Rick and Daryl are able to run as fast as that guy could drive the truck, and they track it down and they find it. But nonetheless,
They're like super ninjas.
I mean, they are apparently super ninjas. So, except for Jesus is the one who has the karate kung fu grip. So,
Although he probably couldn't beat Morgan.
maybe Morgan's got his staff. So I guess we'll have to see. Maybe they'll square up.
Nobody will ever beat Carol.
Because Carol just shoots people and doesn't give a shit. She would have shot him the first time.
She wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah, she would have shot him the first time. So, but then after that, we go back to Alexandria, and we see a little bit of cleanup about Deanna. So the last time we saw Deanna, she was upstairs in the house, and she had 6 rounds, and she shot 5, and we saw her put the gun to her head, and then it goes outside the room, and we hear the last gunshot, and then a scream.
She pulled it away.
Well, yeah,
That
but then
last
we hear a
scene.
scream through the door. So everyone kind of assumed that she didn't make it, but now we see that she
Didn't shoot herself. She shot one more zombie.
shot at one more zombie and clearly became one herself. And listen, as I said in Periscope, if you're following me on Periscope at Robert and Cheek, you get to see those videos, those update videos. But I have no affinity for anybody, and I would I would have no problem killing anybody. But you could see the struggle in her son's face when he's thinking about killing him.
So you would kill your own mother?
Yeah, I'd have no problem.
Your own father?
Nope, no problem.
There's nobody that you wouldn't be able to.
Nope.
you wouldn't have to think
Living
about.
or zombie. When in that situation, when you're put into that life or death situation, I would have no hesitation because I'm going to survive. Everyone, I don't care about anybody else. I'm going to survive.
It's kind of asshole to even say this, but not even certain exes that you almost got married to.
Nope, nobody. There are people I would. If society broke down, there were people I would go look for so I could kill them, like the Purge, just to get rid of them. But, yes. But,
July 4th, right?
July 4th.
Is it July 4th?
Yeah, the new Purge.
3?
Yeah.
Yes.
Coming out the same weekend as Independence Day, the Resurgence. So
I'm seeing Purge. I don't know. Well, you'll probably get to see both because you got the money for it.
shit, I got the money for shit. But
Fucking lawyers.
but I would have no qualms about it. Like again, he is brooding over it, and Michonne's holding her back. First of all, dude, don't carry a penknife. That knife is way too small to be going around the woods with. If that's going to be your knife of choice, got to get something bigger than that. But you see her clunk, get her in the head. The whole burying them thing, I don't get that either. They bury people who mean something to them, but they burn the other people. I don't get all that. I just leave them there. Let them rot. It's fine.
So people you were friends with, you wouldn't bury them?
I don't get to think about burial anyway. I don't want to be buried. I don't have any affinity for that whole process. So, I mean, so what does it benefit them to be buried?
I think these are people that are probably still holding on to the whole God thing.
Right, but what's it benefit the dead person to be buried?
Nothing.
What's it benefit you to bury them?
Nothing.
I mean, I get the putting the names on the wall. I dig that because it's like, remember who we've lost.
Or even the crosses as we've seen in the one episode.
Yeah, and doing the little graveyard with some crosses.
The fact that bury them is still a completely worthless topic because...
What's that? You alright? Well, so, but I mean, I think it's a waste. In a place where food is hard to come by and there's a lot of shit that you have to do, taking 2 hours to dig a fucking hole and bury somebody, I can't get down with that. Flash, you're gonna have to. I mean, there's a little bit of a delay, so yeah, we are not really sure what you can't wait for. And just for everybody who's commenting, there is about a 45-second delay. So when you hear us say something and you comment, you really got to let us know what it is you're commenting on, so that we can keep up. Because obviously we've moved on from that. But zombie bait, people could serve the purpose of zombie bait. But again, I'm not in trying to torture them either. Just get out of my way. Don't threaten me. So
I would chain Spence if I had to.
Chain him?
Yeah, I would chain him. Pop him.
Chain him. Yeah.
Pop him in the kneecap so I can get away.
Speaking of which, how much does Judith look like Shane?
A lot.
Oh my god, we got a really great face-on view of Judith this episode.
And they're like, I feel like they're planning it out perfectly as they're picking the different babies for fit the time frames.
This one fucking looks just like Shane. I'm like, oh god, alright, that's cool.
And I would know that because in Advanced Warfare, you can play as Shane, you can play as Bruce Campbell.
Right, yeah.
And then the other ones that nobody gives a fuck about because nobody knows who they are being with, so.
Well, so the other family thing that happened, I guess, is that Carl's going to have a new mommy now. His second one. I guess Judith will have a new mommy, too.
Technically, it'd be the third one.
Third, what? His real mom.
If you want to count your girl that you were hoping was going to survive.
Well, see, I don't think they really got there because they didn't. Rick didn't bang her, so she didn't die because he banged her.
He did.
Yeah, but in the show he didn't.
They didn't mention it, but I think it still happened.
Well, and so we were discussing during the show that apparently sexual encounters of the weird kind. I know. Oh, yeah. So one thing Flash in a comic. Yeah, something Flash sent to me during the show was that Rick just has a thing for maternal women. Like, he likes women who are maternal towards his kids, especially. Like, Alexandra Breckenridge. She's got her own kids. She's very maternal to them. She took care of Judith a lot. So, I see the maternal there. His wife, clearly, she took him back. Or, he took her back. But all throughout, it's just these women who have a maternal instinct that he gets super attracted to. It's a little weird. It is a little weird. Is that Harry? HDM, yeah. Right?
528.
HDM 528. Is that Harry?
We're hearing those clips right now. That has to be Harry. What's going on, Harry?
Yeah, so
Harrison Drake Miller.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
So it is weird. He's got like a weird sex thing going on with women who are maternal. But here's what I'll say about Michonne. Michonne is fucking hot as shit. You don't see it under the clothes a lot.
But she don't have the maternal instinct.
Yeah, she's taking care of Judith all the time. They were talking about Judith. Like, she sits down with a little baby monitor.
But not like other people do.
Well, listen, it's Rick is attracted to women who are taking care of his kids.
She has like I'm a secret ninja watching a baby kind of.
Well, but nonetheless, Rick banged the shit out of her. And here's the big question. So, it's zombie apocalypse. You think you're safe in your house. You're post-coital, you're laying in bed naked. And some dude says something in your fucking bedroom. What's your first reaction? Rick goes for the gun, Michonne goes for the knife. They're both standing there just balls out. He's hanging dong in front of this dude. I don't know if that's my first reaction.
Probably already shoved the katana up through the guy's throat.
Well, no, but I mean, do you go for the cover or do you go for the gun? Because I feel like without the zombies.
would go for the gun and shoot.
Well, listen, no, but if you woke up tonight and somebody was like saying something in the bedroom, Karina, who's sitting in the room. So
are we back on kissing?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But so do you like? Nobody grabs the sheet.
I kiss zombies with my eyes closed.
Yo, focus. So they both jump out of the bed and they both go for weapons, and nobody goes for clothes. Nobody goes to cover at all.
Why? Because why does it matter at this point?
Well, because I think if it happened tonight, would your first reaction be to jump out of bed and grab a weapon?
That.
If it happened in the day and age we're at right now.
Right now.
I'd grab the sheet.
Right. Tonight you're like, oh shit, what the fuck, right?
But in the zombie apocalypse, if somebody's in my motherfucking room and I don't know who it is, I'm gonna grab a motherfucking weapon.
See, I think it's a natural I think grabbing to cover is a natural reaction now. And I don't know how long it would take to get out of that. Because, I mean, clearly, I would think that most of these guys have seen each other in some stage of undress anyway. You've been on the road together, washing in creeks and stuff. So I'm sure it's happened. But there's a natural inclination that if you're naked and somebody walks in the room, that you, like, grab cover. And I have a shit ton of experience with this. Women always grab cover. But Michonne goes for the fucking sword, and he goes for his knife.
I want to real quick just say I can't wait to see the what Harry's done with the little bit of video that we've shot so far.
Yeah, and make sure you're check out the episode of the Dirtyshore Underground that's coming out this Thursday for an update on a new project that's coming out with Harry and Kelly. So, all right, so now let's go to the kissing thing. And for any women who are in the chat room now, please feel free to join into the conversation. But what is so weird about kissing with eyes open?
Fucking creepy.
So you have never, from the first kiss till now, kissed somebody with your eyes open?
No.
Lying bitch.
Unless you count like me fucking with you.
Well, like staring?
Yeah, like
Okay.
creepily staring at him.
See, but you don't open your eyes at all just to like look at the person while you're making out with them?
No.
Maybe I'm the weird one. Maybe I'm the out. But I mean, this is something when you're involved with somebody.
I'm about to start a poll on Facebook right now.
You should. But it's oxytocin release. By opening your eyes and like looking at somebody, it releases more oxytocin. It says yes?
Yes or no to her poll.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I'll share it, so we'll get like 10,000 responses. But now,
there's a way to create a poll on here somewhere.
Well, I downloaded a thing to make polls with, so.
Well, yeah. she has the fucking iPhone, so she could do the Facebook mentions thing.
But so, did you think it was weird that they were kissing with eyes open? All right, Flash, nice addition to the conversation. It depends. Thank you for your deep insight.
This is probably a conversation where she should still be sitting on the couch.
But I think that, like, in that moment, it's not like they were staring at each other the whole time. It was eyes open, eyes closed, eyes open, eyes closed. We were looking at each other.
Facebook Messenger right now?
Probably not. No, don't worry about it. But I mean, I think that it was passionate. It was supposed to be romantic, and that's what it is. It's like finally this thing is happening.
Eyes closed, eyes open. It depends.
Yeah, make it depends. The third one. So, but I just think that I don't think it was that weird. I mean, they were in the moment. Clearly, they were banging it out on the couch. I think it's weirder, and I think Flash agrees with me that it's weirder, that they were talking about the kids, and then all of a sudden, they're banging. Which I think is fine if they're, your kids that you have, but to be like, oh, isn't Judith so cute? Like, that's just, it's weird to me. I can't get down with that. But at least somebody in that family is getting laid, because clearly Carl is not getting laid.
He's having issues with Edith.
Enid.
E-N-I-D.
Enid.
The JSS isn't helping him.
JSS, yes. But no, so what I said is we got to start a new hashtag. The hashtag is hashtag Carl has no game and no aim. Obviously no aim because now he has no depth perception, but he's certainly got no game because he can't close with Enid to save his life. That's true that Michonne had a kid too, so she does have some maternal instinct. Beyond just taking care of Judith, there's also that maternal instinct that she has. So, but hashtag Carl has no game and no aim. I think that'll be the new hashtag that catches on at fire this week. So share that shit.
I still like meat curtains.
Meat curtains, but we're past the meat curtains now. But so the whole thing with Enid, not only
Oh shit. Yeah. Thank you.
not only does he have no game to close, like they're sitting there, and I remember being, I guess he's supposed to be 16, maybe 15, 16, 17.
That's looking like it jumped quite a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, 6 seasons. He was probably 11, so it's in a sense.
How old? No,
probably
but not
on
how
point.
old he is. How old is the character supposed to be?
The character in the comic books is like 13 at this point.
Right. So
But because of the whole
we're not exactly
puberty and
right.
shit,
Yeah.
it's got to jump a little bit more.
So we are, I mean, they're sitting together in the woods, and I've been in that awkward situation before where you're like sitting with somebody and how do you make a move? But Carl seems like totally disinterested. He was stuck in a tree with her, nothing happened. He's out in the woods with her, nothing happened. And then on top of that, he's a dick to her. Like, she's scared, and instead of comforting her, he's a huge dick to her. So I'm not really sure that that's what you want to do, Carl.
Don't trust people who kiss with their eyes open. It's creepy.
Yeah, well, so, hashtag Carl has no game and no aim. I don't know if you mean Carl. So Flash says he also has no interaction with other kids, really. I assume that you mean Carl.
That's Carl, because anytime he has interaction with kids, it's very awkward. Like, Carl is more of an adult.
Right.
But he is more or less trapped in a midpoint between adult and kid, and he's not sure what to do.
But you would think that if he was more of an adult, that he would be quicker to make a move. I mean, he's seen his dad, at least in the comic books, banging out bitches all the time.
Well, in season 2, he didn't see that. And that's when he was trying to be more adult.
Right. Yeah.
And he took the gun, and then him not shooting the zombie in the swamp caused Dale to die, who would have then fucked Andrea.
So it'll come
in the
back
comic
around.
books.
So we got a little preview of next episode as well. So we see that Jesus is taking the crew somewhere. Looks like every able-bodied person is in the RV going with him.
And I will now pick a random page to read.
No, fucking stop.
I'm
Just
fucking
stop.
with you. I wouldn't do that to you.
So,
I think it's just fun to watch you do that.
so what do you think about next week's episode? What do you think is going to happen?
It's going to be interesting. Right now, I'm just going to hold on to my thoughts for the end of the season.
Right.
I don't want to go into a lot of detail.
So where is Jesus taking them, or where's Paul taking them?
I don't know a lot about Jesus,
But
to be honest with you.
not based on what you know from the comics. What's your best guess based on what you've seen?
My best guess is gonna be interesting. I know he's a good guy.
Okay. So he's not setting them up. That's what you're saying. It's not an ambush.
He's not setting them up. He's gonna be somebody that joins them.
Okay.
I'm holding firm to my end of the season thoughts.
Right.
Just like I said for the mid-season premiere.
Still in place.
And the mid-season premiere, Carl did get shot in the eye. So
Okay. All right. So, well, I think that
you get shit right all the time. I get to have one or two.
I think that I think it might be more of a setup than it looks like. I don't think everything's on the surface, so we will see what happens with Jesus. But I think he's taking him somewhere that maybe they're not supposed to be. When like in the preview there at the end of the episode, he said, "Your eyes are about to be open to a whole new world." So either he's gonna take him to Negan's crew, or he knows something else is going on, and they're about to go get a whole bunch of shit piled on him. So we'll see what happens.
We're still not. I don't think we'll see Negan until the end of the season.
Well, but we might see his crew though. I mean, we saw some
Well,
of
we've
them
already
get blown
seen
up.
some of them, and like
Yeah.
in the fucking best fucking promo ever for a TV series.
Yeah, make sure you're following at Dirtyshore.
Negan's, what did it say? Negan's crew blew up or something like
Yeah,
that?
exploded. Negan's crew
Yeah.
exploded.
Negan's crew exploded and then...
So make sure you're following at Dirtyshore UG on Facebook because there was a great summarization promo.
We
for this
tag
week's
each
episode.
other in like some of the stupid shit, but
Yeah.
it
But
makes
make sure you're
perfect
following
sense.
along and check out all that stuff. So, any other thoughts from this episode?
Glenn's still gonna die for the season.
Any thoughts from the episode? Nothing? Alright, so I think that we are reaching an interesting point where everybody is in a state of flux because what we heard in the car between Rick and Daryl was like, oh, well, you remember when you said that, you were right, and then Daryl being like, no, you were right. Like, we need to have more people. We need to go out and look for people. So I think yeah.
But Robert wants to make the point that nobody is safe.
Yeah.
Somebody major is going to really die this season. And it's
Okay.
going to be somebody that's been there since season 1 and who can be lost at
That's
season 1.
that's still your prediction, but by killing Daryl, they fixed the problem that the comics have created.
$2 on Glenn at the end of the season.
We fucking already talked about
Come
this.
on.
Stop focusing
Come
on it.
on.
We're talking about other
No.
things in general. So,
Let's
all right. So,
move back.
I think that it's in a big state of flux. Clearly, there is some stuff going on, and I think what we are seeing is this like relationships being built in the family sense. And I have a feeling they're going back on the road. This is the setup that we get right before they go on the road.
Yeah, that is true.
Come together, come together, come together. And I thought that the invasion was going to be what split them up, but they weren't really close before that. So now they're coming back together again. Michonne and Rick, Daryl and Rick, Carl and Enid are getting closer. Everybody seems to be getting closer. And a lot of Michonne's comments to Deanna's son about, like, I loved your mom and we have more family now. And then Carl saying that, I would do that for you, but I wouldn't do it for her because she's not family. And how the family units, I think they're just really setting up to send him back on the road. It's setting him up for a split and then to run. So
Okay, so with 6 episodes to go, we're
6 to go. Yeah.
To the back half of the season.
Yeah.
Do you have any different predictions for the end of this?
No, I mean, I'm thinking that maybe they're going to go on the road by the end, but I don't know that they will actually show that this season. I think Negan is going to be the factor that splits everybody up, and that something big's going to happen, and they're going to go back on the road. So we'll see how that works out. But anything else?
Because I'm going to shut it. I'm going to wait 2 more episodes
Wait and see.
then I'll say it.
Anything? All right, so make sure you're checking out. Visit the when you visit the website. We know that you want to get all your Walking Dead supplies. Great place to get that is Amazon. You can get the comics. You can get what are those head things called? Pop heads.
For pop vinyls?
Pop vinyls. You can get pop vinyls. You can get all that stuff on Amazon. Well, before you go to Amazon, go to DirtyShoreUnderground.com. Click through the link that we have on the homepage there, or on any of the posts. It'll take you to Amazon. Shop like you normally do. No extra charges, nothing like that. But because we send you there, Amazon gives us a little bit extra back. It helps us to improve the podcast that we give for you twice now, weekly, free, with the bonus episodes and the weekly episodes. So support the show. The easiest way to do that is to shop through Amazon on the Amazon tab right there at the homepage and on each individual post. But you can always find new episodes of the Dirty Shore Underground every Thursday at DirtyShoreUnderground.com. Make sure you're following at DirtyShoreUG on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. And of course, the live stream is always available at youtube.com/c/DirtyShoreUG-OTA, where you can comment like Flash has tonight and like Harry has tonight. And always great to have people.
I haven't seen Matt in a while. I think you called it.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what's happening because we haven't.
I'll get him. You get her.
Some of our usuals have been absent. I think there may be a romance starting because of the chat feature during our podcast. So we can only hope. But if you want to find anything about me, make sure you check out at robertncheek.com. You can find all my information there, plus links to the books. And at Robert N. Cheek on my social networks.
Is there an ETA on...
No fucking ETA. ETA is I got to finish
you
the
knew what I was going to finish saying.
Yep, still waiting. I still got to finish the editing. But
you know the X is still in the window?
Well, and
we got to get JC up here to talk about that.
Yeah. But make sure you check out odanthem.com. New episodes of that podcast every Thursday or Friday. I'm sorry, every Tuesday or Wednesday. Spotlight at the end of the week. Make sure you check out the OD Anthem podcast. Keep watching this podcast. We got a lot of good stuff coming to you in the next few weeks, including a preview that we'll talk about on the Thursday episode. Look for that this Thursday. Make sure you are subscribing on your favorite RSS feed, whether that's Stitcher, Dogcatcher, or iTunes. If you're on iTunes, make sure you give us a 5-star rating and review so other people can find the podcast. And I think that is everything. Anything else?
Can you explain one thing to me?
Yeah.
Tell them to make sure to check your page for the poll.
Make sure to go to my page or go to the Dirty Shore Underground page, at Dirty Shore UG on Facebook. Vote in the poll about kissing with your eyes open to make Karina feel better about it.
I've spent like the last 4 years trying to figure out how this RSS feed shit works out.
RSS burners, yeah.
Can you explain that for people that don't understand it?
So basically, these programs allow you to automatically download from different websites the audio files. But RSS feed is just, well, in this context, it's a list of all of these podcasts that you want, and every time we post a new episode, it automatically gets downloaded. So you don't have to go anywhere. Every morning when I get up and I'm heading to work, I open up Dogcatcher and I see what's downloaded overnight, new episodes of the podcast that I love, and I can listen to them right there. If you're on iTunes, it does the same thing.
So it's like the same shit as a wish list, or
kind of like a wish list, but it's automatically filling. So, you know, if you're following a podcast, like if you're following Dirtyshore Underground or Oh the Anthem, new episodes will upload immediately when they're available
like
to
with
your phone.
YouTube.
Kind of like YouTube, yeah.
If you set it up right every time
New stuff
somebody
comes up,
you're
pops up.
following,
Yep.
they upload something, it pops up in your notes.
Exactly the same, but it's separate because you know, all these different podcasts coming from different places. It allows you to do that. So make sure you're doing that. Sign up on your favorite RSS feed, and we will see you on Thursday. Have a great week, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Man, I'm fucking tired.
3 people right at the end. Good night to the 3 watchers.
Thanks, everybody.
2 randoms. We knew who one was.